Who is ready to play Romance Club with me? Okay, my friends. Episode 3. Lou gets acquainted with her future job. Yes. So, let's start, my friends. Bing. The third postulate. The perfection of humankind should be honored and preserved. People, stop. They are our children, sisters, brothers. Psionics are just like us. A scream before an execution. Yes. Yes. Episode 3. Society's Priority. Warning: this episode contains a scene of abuse in a medical setting. Oops. Okay, let's go. Kay took Lou to a different wing through a long, overground crossing. She remained silent the entire time, not asking a thing. The empath explained. Yeah, by the way, Kay is empath. Like empathy guy. You know? He will understand your feelings if he will touch you. He will read your feelings very easily. Here in the AC... Sorry, that's a habit. A lot of people abbreviate assistant corps. They have a good canteen here. Wanna eat? We can talk while we do. They took one of the farther tables. Lou noticed that Kay tried to favor his left leg while sitting down. Kay called a waitress and ordered pasta soup. For both of us. When they were left alone again, he said, "Ask away." Am I supposed to apologize? No, you wanted to do the right thing. You didn't understand what was going on. In any case, it's better than indifference. Oscar, what are... Okay, Oscar. The waitress put dishes of the pleasant-smelling mixture in front of them. Kay took a spoon. Lou examined his expression and stated, "You're angry." He didn't deny it. "I am." Was it the woman from the alley that wounded you? Yes, the one you saved. Was it her gun? Yeah. She missed her first shot but landed the second. I needed to capture her alive. I kicked the weapon out of her hand, but then you showed up. He was suppressing his emotions, but she could hear discontent in his voice. Who is she? No idea. I was planning to find out. I didn't expect to stumble upon someone so altruistic in termitory. Was she captured? No. She was wearing bright, heavy makeup. I didn't really get a good look at her. No distinguishing features except for fair skin, approximate height, weight, and hair color, which is easy to change. They fell silent. Of course, I somehow messed this up. I can't understand how he's feeling. Shit. Lou breathed out. I'm sorry. Kay shook his head, gave her an open, honest smile, and nodded. Don't worry about it. What were you supposed to think, really? Look, there is something else I want to ask. It's off topic. She didn't look away. Did we do anything when you spent the night? He was surprised. Don't you remember? No, nothing happened. We talked and you passed out. And that's all? I didn't even take off your shoes. I didn't want to startle you, so I just let you sleep. Good. Sorry, I don't mean to offend you or sound preachy, but do you do that kind of thing often? Thanks for follow. Huh? Drink so much you can't remember if you slept with someone. Never. She chuckled, joking to herself. At least, not that I can remember. Makes sense. Would you judge me? What do you think? Lou shrugged. Few people want to think. Most prefer to judge. Kay gave her a serious look. No, Lou, I wouldn't judge you. All sorts of things happen in life. Better eat before it gets cold. Lou tried the dish and frowned suspiciously. Synthetic? No, it's just not flavorless. They actually have good food here. Do you watch what you eat? For some reason, this made her a little uncomfortable. Yes, it's kind of really important. Cool, I respect that. Let's get back to work, huh? Yeah, they discharged you pretty quickly for someone who was shot. The Inquisition sent me a healer. Why were they so generous? Thanks for following. Hans Guller, the lead on this case, wants me to continue working. That's why he also gave me an assistant. As Lou had learned during her orientation, the assistant's corps had several subdivisions. The church made use of each according to their profile. Side guards, bodyguards, order, maintenance, psi support. The Inquisition was directly in charge. Lately, they had been increasingly active in helping the police. Lou understood that the corps employees participating in police operations were slowly but surely extending the church's influence. The city council, zealous about the people they still had, tried to avoid help of this sort. However, they couldn't always find a sensible rationale for turning it down. The system was simple. When necessary, the inquisitors would put in a request to the corps asking for assistance. That's how it came to be known as the assistant corps. Then the chaplains would recommend or assign suitable personnel to specific tasks. Thank you. My friends, it's better to subscribe Boosty, not Twitch, but thank you so much. Welcome everyone. Lou squinted, mentally reviewing the information. Guller. You have met already. So, you were wounded while working for him and your task wasn't handed off to another psionic. Instead, they gave you a healer. I'd guess he's currently occupying your hospital bed. Guller also requested a telekinetic as your support. So it's a serious case and the Inquisition doesn't want anyone running their mouth about it, right? Wow, you're quick on the uptake. There is one thing I don't understand though. Why did they assign an intern to help you? You were already involved, even though it was by accident. So the chaplain suggested it. Besides, you live in Termitary, so you know the area. A lot of people know Termitary. Okay. Güler is a careerist. It's important to him that the investigation reaches a successful conclusion. He understands that it's more reliable for a psionic to cover my back rather than a simple unstable one. Why? Some people don't like us, including some in the corps. In a critical situation, it's better for a partner not to waste time on their inner ethical questions. That being said, they expect a psionic to cover a pure or an unstable one without hesitation? See, you already get it. However, there are a few pure ones in the AC. They usually get better, less dangerous jobs. There aren't that many psionics in the corps. The requirements are high, everyone is busy, but you turned up. Knowing the empath would feel her emotions on contact, Lou offered him her hand. Hello, Henry, welcome. Then we will have each other's backs. Kay clearly appreciated the gesture and gave her a firm handshake. This choice has influenced your relationship with Kay. So we will. Then Hans is leading the case. But you are the one investigating it. So you will do all the work and he will get all the credit? Cool. We will. And we will get ours too. Okay, so what's the case? Over the past month, there have been several attempts on psionics in the city. Almost all of them were successful. One in the center, 3 in Termitary. That's not including the accident we were involved in. The last murder happened the same night, but at the other end of the district. The first victim survived. Some passersby noticed him and called an ambulance. The others died. The weapons are all of the same caliber, but different. The victims don't have anything in common but psi abilities. There are no other connections between the murders. Nevertheless, 3 dead bodies in a few weeks is enough to get us worried. The Inquisitors decided it was necessary to involve the psi unit. Unite? Unite? I need to say unite, I think, yeah? They assigned me. Hans Güler ordered me to hang out around the bars that our kind like to frequent. By our kind, do you mean the assistants of psionics? Psionics? He turned out to be right. Going to Platypus paid off, but not in the way we expected. We were hoping to find information. Instead, several nights later, I became a target. Hold on, and the attacker was never caught on camera? Not once. I would believe it in Termitary. There are hardly any there. But in the center, is that luck? Kay shrugged. Is Hans Güler in charge of several cases? Yes. Interrogators supervise their respective territories. If an accident falls within their jurisdiction, they get involved. The first attack happened on Güler's turf. Why did they send an empath? To smell. What? Empathy sometimes manifests as intuition, premonition. I know you can feel it. you can feel if, for instance, there is a aggression brewing in a crowd. And you help the police at celebrations and demonstrations. Yeah, sometimes we call that smelling. Besides, I have relevant experience. I can defend myself. Okay, did you offer to walk me home because of all of this? Yeah, you're psionic and you were not sober. He smirked and confessed another reason. Very cute, too. I see him. The next night, I tried to sense whether there was something unusual at the bar again. And I felt it. Danger, tension. Then it disappeared. I decided to look around, literally steps from platypus doors. Almost immediately, someone shot at me from the shadows. Oh, at such close range? Yeah, it's weird. No one came to look outside. There was music in the bar and the gun was quiet. I went towards her. She fired at me again and ran into the alley. Then you showed up. I tried to catch up to her, but I'd lost too much blood already. A group of people entered the canteen. Someone said hi to Kay. He waved back and quietly suggested, "If you are done with your meal already, why don't we go for a walk?" As they walked the streets of the center, they talked in low voices. "You said that the shot at you almost as soon as you walked out. Did you know that you were a psionic? Or that you were from the corpse looking for the source of these attacks?" The empath hesitated to answer. "Kay, damn it! You wanted to leave the canteen for a reason, right? You didn't want our conversation to be heard. Do you suspect someone leaked information about the case? Is there a rat in the corpse?" Kay looked at Lou and said with satisfaction, "Looks like I actually lucked out with a partner." "This choice has influenced your relationship with Kay." "Will you let me read your personal file?" "They are going to let you anyway. Too many people have read it already. I wish they had at least paid for me for it." "So, did I understand you correctly?" "Uh-huh. I really hope you and I are wrong about this." They both fell silent, speculating on the plausibility of this theory. Lou was unaccustomed to the center. Life was completely different here, strange and somehow wrong. Smiling faces, expensive ads, nice cars. She could feel the stares of some passers-by. No, they couldn't see the brand on her wrist. It was her clothes. The people around them had mostly opted for formal, neutral looks, respectability. Most of them tried not to attract attention, not to distract each other from their business. Their clothes were often the recommended green and other muted colors. Here, unstable ones tried to look like the pure. Tertiary inhabitants were different. Many of them wanted to stand out. Some of them wanted to express themselves. Others used their colorful clothes to brighten the dull grays of their surroundings or hidden inner worlds. For some, practicality and comfort were most important. For others, clothing voiced their protest. Outside New Paris, at the farms and in small towns, there was the third kind of fashion, distracted solely availability. They make a style out of whatever they have. The center was waiting on her slightly, annoying her. Okay, Henry. Something on your mind, Lou? I was just distracted. She took out her pack of cigarettes and lit one up. She gestured to Kay, but he shook his head. I don't go to the center often. Get used to it. If you end up staying in the corps after your internship, if you will end anyway, if the empath looked her in the eye and spoke calmly and earnestly. In addition to decent pay, you will receive the envy of others, especially those living intermediary. To some psionics, you will become not an enemy, no, but someone who turn against their own kind. You might have problems with friends who aren't too loyal and with your social group. Kay noticed Lou's expression and continued. Alright, it doesn't really matter. To the pure ones, we are... what, servants? Kay, I appreciate your concern. Even though I already know it, don't shove it down my throat. I'm sorry, I won't. But Lou, to some people, we're not even people. We are tools, reliable, convenient. Thanks, our fellow, welcome. It's especially nice when a tool is multifunctional. What do you mean? You're young and pretty. Someone might want to see you in their bed occasionally. Or a time or two. To subdue your rebellious personality. They won't like it. If you show your teeth, they will punish you, or at least try to. They ruin careers, for example. It doesn't have to be yours. Do you have loved ones? Crap. She changed her tone. Kay, I don't want to spend my life pushing the press at a factory. Even there, shit like that can happen. There are plenty of creeps among the inspectors. Thanks for the warning. Very transparent of you. You didn't have to. It's difficult to leave corps once you have learned too much over time. Give it some more thought. Lou took a deep drag and threw the butt of her cigarette away. I promise. Ding dong ding dong ding dong ding dong dong dong. They crossed the street and walked around a group of children listening to a guide telling them about the city. Moving on from the unpleasant subject, Kay Stone described the crime scenes in more detail. Who benefits from killing psionics? There are at least 2 shooters. Why are they doing this? Too little data to make a guess. Do you know how to find that woman? It was only one question. Okay. I thought... Okay. There is a lead. The gun you picked up and later tossed is an unusual one. It's a modern model, the QP2. It was developed for use by the police, but only 100 pieces were produced. The series never went into production due to it being unreliable. The gun jams often. They didn't even go into service at all. Holy crap. Could the police have something to do with this? Do you know what the relationship between the police and the corps is like? Sometimes you cooperate. The police complete with the council. The AC is under the Inquisition, therefore under the church. They share the power at the top. So there is no friendship between them, us. So if you think about it, they have a motive. And at attempt to set the Inquisition up. Make it look like they can handle things. And no one really cares about psionics. What? No one is going to let us dig through the police's dirty laundry. Of course, the Inquisition has made an official inquiry into whether all the QP2 phototypes are where they should be. And they got an official answer. The police confirmed that shortfall and are already looking into it. They didn't say how many guns are missing. We don't know how long they will take to figure it out. They won't let us check the police depot. Even Monsieur Guller was denied. Kay fell silent, waiting for a group of well-dressed men to pass by. There was disdain in their eyes, too, but the empath didn't seem to care. The fingerprints from our gun were checked. They aren't in the database. The same caliber was used in all the incidents. The caliber is uncommon. Maybe the make and model of the gun is also the same? What if they are from the same depot? There is a chance, and we might have gotten lucky. There was a murder a week ago in the village east of New Paris. It has no relation to psionics, and the gun hasn't been found. But the caliber is the same, and the culprit was apprehended. Today, Guller is supposed to get us authorization to see him. We will go tomorrow. If he didn't tell the police where he hid the gun, why would he tell us anything? Thanks for follow. Welcome. Well, we are charming. In that case, sure. Give me your number and don't turn off your phone. Lou said goodbye to Kay and returned to the corpse building where she left her bike. The chaplain asked me to take the medical control exam. Since I have time, she clicked the drive starter button and directed the quickly accelerating bike to termitory. Lou stopped by Jonas' hospital and took out her phone. The healer picked up almost immediately. Hi. Are you working? Yes. Come out. We will have a smoke. I'm sorry. I'm obsessed with Jonas. I'm getting ready to read. I'm really obsessed with Jonas very much, my friends. No judge. I'm getting red. He's coming. I'm getting red. Okay. Okay. She waited for a couple of minutes. Jonas walked up to her and pulled out his cigarettes. Hey, how is it going? All right, I'm an intern for the corps now. Well, you know what I think about it. Thanks for the money. Will you heal me if I show up? Can I take the test at your hospital? Will you heal me if I show up? You have just been accepted as an intern and here you go already? What do you mean? I don't know. You tell me. What do you mean? You're asking some bullshit questions. You choose an idiotic line of work, didn't listen to your friends, and now what? But who else is going to heal you when you get shot? Don't jinx me. Thanks for the money. Uh huh. The healer took a drag, looking away. Can I take the test at your hospital? Sure, but it's too soon for you. My boss asked me to do it early. Oh, I see. Let me finish my sick. Medical examinations were a mandatory procedure for all the unstable ones and psionics who had reached adolescence. Since there was a possibility of unpredictable changes in the expression of their genes, this could lead to the emergence of virus illness, most of which were considered highly dangerous. Some of them were hereditary, which in turn put the future survival of humanity as a whole at risk. Only the pure ones, the bearers of a so-called stable genome, were safe from this. In the event that any such changes were detected, the church specialists tried to help. They had studied the problem, analyzing the patient's DNA down to its nucleotides. If they could not be cured, they had be sterilized. If the patient's loyalty was confirmed, they had administered treatment and pharmaceutical support. As for the extreme cases, they had isolated those people. The Church of Unity was doing everything it could to save future generations. No one could offer another solution, so these regulations were carried out. It was a matter of humankind's survival as a species. Genetic security became society's highest priority. Thanks to the church, the percentage of the pure ones was growing slowly but steadily. With rare exception, everyone thought eschewing fineness to psionic who failed to take the test in a timely manner was a completely justified measure. Just like the much more severe punishments for repeated violations. Shall we? The healer flicked the butt of his cigarette from his fingers. The tests were given at least once every 4 months, but no more than once a month. More frequent blood sampling wasn't recommended by healthcare professionals, but it also overburdened the available equipment. Everything was quick and convenient. You sat down, put your hand in the opening of the automatic analyzer, and entered your data. You waited while the yellow circle was glowing. The machine held your arm in place and located your vein. A single-use needle pricked the disinfected spot. It took about 10 minutes to draw the necessary amount of blood and perform a quick test. The green check mark lit up and you got your form. A copy was sent to the central laboratory right away. There was an automatic machine like that near Lou's apartment block. But there, in the basement, would either be some junkies sleeping while waiting for the rain to pass, or it smelled, as Jonas put it, on the products of human vital functions, or both. Basically, Lou preferred taking the medical exam at the hospital. Of course, she wasn't alone in that sentiment, and usually there were lines at the analyzer. But Lou had Jonas. Let us through, it's urgent. The healer, looking composed, cut through the line with his friend in tow, somehow half-heartedly sturdily objected. Seriously? We have been here for... Jonas waved him off nonchalantly. I'm a doctor, I don't have time. It's cool to have a doctor friend, really, it's very cool. A woman in wrinkled clothes was about to sit down in the chair by the machine. Mademoiselle, excuse us. Take the test first. Of course, doctor. She stepped aside. Lou took her spot. For some time, the analyzer hummed quietly, then it split out a form with a mark indicating a satisfactory result. Oh, yes, yes. As they stepped away, the healer asked, Are you going home? Pushing away the faintness that came over her, Lou flexed her hand, which felt cold now. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Why don't you wait for me? I finish my shift in half an hour. Then we will go to Platypus. Okay. They heard an alarm signal and frightened cry behind them. What? They turned around. The woman was trying to yank her arm out of the analyzer's opening. The metal device, the panel of which displayed a red X, wouldn't release her. Thanks for follow. No, it's wrong. It's broken. Doctor, it's broken. Help me, please. She fidgeted, her other hand pressed against the information panel. Crap. A nervous comment came from the line, which was backing away. -1. The woman heard this and struggled more, clearly starting to panic. Doctor, shut it down. It's a mistake. No, please, what are you... Bastards! She started kicking out the machine and beating the vandal-proof glass of the panel with her fist. Jonas took a step toward her, trying to calm down the unfortunate woman. Mademoiselle, you shouldn't do this. Stop it. We are going to sort this out now. Just shut the machine off! You're going to hurt yourself. Calm down. I can't shut it off. We need to wait for the specialists. She fell silent at the word specialist, then started crying. The healer continued to soothe her with a calm, steady voice. Some hospital staff came to see what the noise was about. Just like the others, Lou knew that the analyzer wasn't broken. It was restricting a career of potentially dangerous genes. The only acceptable aberration was marked as Psi or Psi. She had seen it happen before. The Assistance Corps had already received the signal. In just a few minutes, people would arrive wearing uniforms like the ones belonging to the Inquisition. Lou would wear the same uniform after her internship. The Corps staff would release the patient from the machine, put a special isolation cloak around her shoulders, and take her to the central lab. My show starts in an hour. I'm going to be late. Jonas kept talking to the woman. Indifferent and distant expressions, averted eyes, nervous whispers, disgust, everyone reacted differently. The man whose return home was being delayed spoke up again. When are you going to get her already? I don't want to drag myself back here tomorrow. They heard resounding footsteps. Two sturdy men rudely moved the line aside and approached the analyzer. Assistance Corps, remain calm, mademoiselle. We will take you to a full examination where you will receive help, he said in a quiet, bored voice. It's for your own good. I would like to remind you that refusing to voluntarily submit to further medical examination is a violation of Article 18.1 of the laws governing genetic safety. The other man put his badge on the information panel and the red X went out. The woman was released. They held her by her shoulders and took her away as she cried, numb with fear. The analyzer reset automatically. Its panel lit up with a warm yellow circle, inviting the next person to take the test. There is no other way. Otherwise, irreversible changes would spread to a greater and greater percentage of the population, and humanity, ravaged by disease would disappear for good. Mom, I won't go. Don't be afraid, they will just cure her, that's all. Lou glanced at the girl standing in the line and fearfully looking at the machine. Her mom started whispering something into the girl's ear, trying to calm her down, but it appeared to have no effect. I don't want to, let's leave. The psionic turned to them and caught the child's eyes. She smiled and said brightly, "Hey, it's going to be alright. No one gets sick at your age." The girl gave Lou a skeptical look. Very, very rarely. That doctor is my friend. He works here and he told me so. What if the machine is broken? What's your name? Arlette. I'm Lou. Arlette looked about 12 years old. You have taken this test before, right? And nothing was broken, was it? Well, I guess not. The church's medical tech is reliable. She smirked. As much as it can be. The girl gave her an uncertain smile back. Lou pointed at the healer. Ask the doctor. That's right, it's reliable. The girl's mother nodded gratefully. Come on, who is next? Arlette was next. She seemed to have calmed down, but as she stepped towards the analyzer, she froze again. Jonas, are you ready? Are you all ready? Oh, yeah. Okay. The healer signed. Jonas, He rolled up his sleeve and sat in the chair. When the analyzer blinked its green light and Jonas took his form, Lou touched the girl's shoulder. See, everything is fine. Arlette, still tense, raised her arm towards the machine. Comfy and quick, Jonas and Lou waited for another green mark to appear. Thank you. Lou held out her first fist, and Arlette bumped her against it. The healer yawned. Let's get out of here. Are we still going to Platypus? Yeah, let me just get changed. As Lou walked away, she heard grumbling. And he told us he didn't have time, asshole. A hologram was blinking on the wall of the hallway. The projector was broadcasting the church channel. Preacher. Then the word was anguish fed by widespread and unregulated mating with the genetic material of plants and animals. hybridization and the breeding of new species didn't seem dangerous. The expansion of experimentation, the implementation of these results into flora and fauna, were justified by the need for increased yields, greater milk production, and progress as whole. And the design of the United One was violated. We changed the world, and it started taking its revenge. It rejected us. We failed to notice as many began suffering from sensitivities to pollen, fur, dust particles. Finally, new foods began to cause severe allergic reactions. The first fatalities. The psionic set opposite of the hologram were documented off the shore of Bangladesh. Supposedly, the first and most dangerous mutations developed in the garbage patch of the Indian Ocean. Humanity, focused on local conflicts, shamefully neglected the environment for much too long, failing to notice what was happening. Scientists realized too late that the fundamental changes underway would impact the entire planet, and the situation would become critical. The genetic storm swept through the population, rendering most people unstable. More than 70% of the world's population died from disease of the inability to eat the food available to them. The catastrophe brought production to a halt. For the few that survived, food shortages were next challenge. Famine. The final blow was the failure of nuclear power reactions. For some time, they had operated under automation, but then meltdowns. Sooner in some places and later in others, most regions became completely uninhabitable. Humanity was on the brink of extinction. Lou had heard her fair share of sermons like this back at the facility, but she had nothing else to do while waiting for Jonas. The miserable and destitute who had experienced nature's wrath took refuge in the catacombs. Having lost all hope, they were dying out. Gradually, all their supplies were exhausted, and humankind was rapidly changing into a wild, aggressive creature. It was a terrifying time. And right here, in the crypts and beyond the walls of the old city, a new civilization was born. Descendants, but not successors. So hard to read. And the first vicar came. Lou smirked. Children at the facility heard plenty about this terrifying time. But they were also told that is when psionics came to be. They were never taught to control their abilities. Rather, they were murdered out of fear. Every one of them. The first vicar united the people and reviewed science as a discipline with the goal of righting this wrong. He founded the Church of Unity through his will and wisdom and stopped the killing of psionics. The church gave us a new hope, a chance to survive. It led us out from the darkness of the crypts. The church gave us new purpose, to preserve the United One's design, to preserve a pure, stable genome. Now, the accomplishments of scientists under the patronage of the church allows us to grow edible food. the synthesized safe meat. We have even started raising cattle again. Here, for New Paris, we will restore a perfect humanity as the United One designed it. However, for this to be possible, we all must abide by the laws of genetic security. Are you listening to that shit? Let's go. Jonas and Lou looked around. My sister isn't here yet. They looked at an unoccupied table. Lou, that girl, do you know her? Which one? Ah, the one taking the test? Uh-huh. Arlette, no, it's just that she was scared. I feel bad for her. That woman that were coming down, do you know her? The healer shook his head. Actually, I'm a doctor. I mean, I will be. I'm supposed to help patients. Do people get the red X often? Second time this month. The first one was a young boy, younger than Arlette. Jonas lit a cigarette and tossed the lighter onto the table, disgruntled. What's the matter? I thought you'd seen worse things at the hospital already. I was just remembering how Kiddo got her brand. Screaming, crying. The skin scratched from her wrist by her nails. They had to redo it later. Crap. Did she tell you about the saloon? Huh? Kiddo was recently refused service by a beauty salon. Jonas listened to the story and pushed his cigarette into the ashtray. Holy crap! At least tell me she wasn't freaking out. No, when I saw her, but she comes by your place more often anyway. I'll keep an eye on her, just in case. She nodded toward the bar's entrance. Toma and Irma are here. Jonas and Lou dropped the subject immediately and smiled at their approaching friends. Hi, hey there. Hi. Hey, sit down. Where is Dogan? Working a night shift. Too bad. How is work going? The usual: growing, watering, drying, boring. Tom was an aquanatic. He could moisten the ground and pull water from objects like vegetables. When they gathered together, these psionics could even make rain of dispersed clouds. So Tom had a ticket straight to agriculture. To be close to him, Irma went to work in the France as well. We're thinking about moving to a different farm. We'd like to be closer to the city. There might be a spot, but it's not confirmed yet. Lou, your life is humming, but you're silent. Come on, brag a little. Did you get accepted into the AAC? Her friends were drinking at the table. Lou was dancing with a guy she met 10 minutes ago. Do you come here often? No. What do you do for a living? She decided against telling him about the corpse. She wanted to forget herself, to stop thinking, to simply exist. I'm dancing. Haha, care for a drink? She felt an unbearable urge to run away, to hide. She knew she couldn't drink in this state. I'll start feeling sorry for myself. And I might have to go somewhere with Kate tomorrow in the morning. But she was sick of dancing as well. Lou shook her head, telling it all to go to hell. Hey, Claude. Claude. Do you want to have sex? Consume? Thanks for the dance, boy. I don't know, my friends. I never, by the way, bought this thing. I'm not very interested now. Jonas in my heart. I don't want. Thanks for the dance, bye. You shouldn't. Lou turned to go to her friends. Yeah, bye. Too bad. I hope we see each other again. As Lou reached the table, she had already forgotten his name. He's cute. Who? Do you like him? You can have him. Nuh-uh, I'm enough for him. What a drink. Want a drink, Lou? No, I want you, Jonas. No, I'm hungry. The rest of the night was fun and almost carefree. No, Jonas? Okay, Jonas, see you later. When she got home, she saw a text from Kay. Got the authorization. I'll pick you up at 10. In the morning, she got ready. Like contouring, wings, makeup, light contouring, wings. Okay, let's use wings. Okay, I like only this skirt with straps. And she waited for Kay. The empath showed up a bit earlier than the set time. Come on in. Hey, want some back coffee or is it time to go? Let's go. Lou pocketed her phone and asked, "What are we going in?" A service car. And where are we going exactly? A village, less lodges. Damn it. Lou, is something wrong? Okay, this is the end of the episode. So, this is what we have now. What do you think? Kay could probably play my emotions like a fiddle as an empath, but the conversation with Jonas are already getting spicy. Oi, you know, Mirai vibes. Yes, Kay can't play with your emotions. He only can feel. I'm not sure, but I think he only can feel your emotions. Like to understand what do you feel, but don't play with you. Maybe some empath can't play with your emotions, but I think Kay just, it's not in his character. He's very nice person. He's very nice. He's an angel. He will not play with your feelings. Yeah. Jonas is just he's just so cool. I don't know. He's just cool, you know? Do you want to play one more episode? I hope we will. Okay, let's wait a little bit. I will give some time to my some charge to my MacBook, and if you want we can play one more episode because I'm interested. I want to play. Okay, give me 1 minute. I will come back.